Music. Hi there, welcome to the new video of F1 News. The Mercedes team is really upset, especially after some really tough racing practice rounds. In this video, we will talk about how the bad racing is making not just Hamilton, but the whole Mercedes team feel bad. We will also tell you what different team workers have to say about it. We will also show you what's happening in the big race competition because it was really dramatic for Mercedes during practice. How does Mercedes doing poorly make everyone on the team feel bad? And what happens because of it? Find all this in the video. Don't forget to follow our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any updates. We have been worried about the Mercedes team for a while now. The bad racing from Mercedes has now also made everyone on the team feel upset with each other. Hamilton recently had a big fight with Toto Wolff after he did really bad in practice racing. Hamilton said he will start Saturday's Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix sprint race in 13th place. That's 2 spots behind Russell on the starting line. Hamilton almost didn't make it to the next round by just 0.004 seconds. When it started raining, he had no chance and he couldn't do better. Hamilton couldn't make his only lap better on the slippery track. This gave him a really bad starting spot for Saturday's 21-lap race around Imola because of this. The starting spots for Sunday's Grand Prix will be different too. Also, Mercedes teammate George Russell also couldn't keep up with the other fast cars. Hamilton's anger was easy to see as he moved around in the Mercedes car. "How far behind are we, man?" he yelled as he finished the first practice round. This is crazy. The always happy, friendly, and calm Hamilton is showing us more and more that he can't keep his anger inside anymore. Hamilton was seen behind the scenes still wearing his helmet having big arguments with the team's boss Toto Wolff. "It was team stuff," he said when people asked. "I'm not going to tell you what we said. It was clear that working together is really hard right now." He was upset with how the team was doing, saying that they were all doing badly. But he stays hopeful about the team's chances in the upcoming sprint race, saying, "We still have time to change this around and show what we can really do. I believe the team is doing everything it can to make this happen. Every week we try to fix things," he says, hoping the weather will get better too. Was this to hide the anger we saw secretly? Lewis Hamilton has said his Mercedes team is not doing well enough. He and teammate George Russell have another tough job at the Emilia-Romagna GP after being kicked out in the second practice round on Friday. Hamilton and Russell barely made it through the first practice round at Imola. Then an early red flag ended their small chances of making it to the final practice round. It was the worst for Mercedes in 10 years. They hadn't failed to get a car into the final practice round since the 2012 Japanese Grand Prix. Russell was the first Mercedes junior driver to move up to the main team when he joined for the 2022 season. He got his first top 3 finish for the Silver Arrows at the Australian Grand Prix. He beat Hamilton for the second race in a row and finished second in the standings. In a recent interview, George Russell said that the Mercedes team treats all its drivers the same. Russell talks to everyone about this. This is how he reacted that he and Hamilton have nothing to worry about. In an interview with Sky Sports F1, Russell said that sometimes you have 2 different drivers on a team who are at different points in their careers. There is no number 1 or number 2 at Mercedes, but all drivers try to be first place in their minds. "I want to be the one," he added. "Between me and Hamilton, he's been on the team for a long time while I'm the new guy. I'm not trying to become the leader of the team when I'm racing against the best driver ever who has been here for 10 years. He's the captain of the team, and that's exactly how it should be." Other things in life in F1, he said Lewis Hamilton has helped him focus on other fun things too. Because if you spend 100% of your time on just one thing and don't pay attention to your life, your mind and body health can get hurt badly. This, I believe, is something I really like about Lewis. He works really hard to do other sports or music, to take his mind off racing. "I'm so focused on my racing, I give it everything I have to be successful in that race car. But you can do too much, and if you don't give yourself a break, you'll get too stressed and won't do your best." George Russell also really wants to win races. He's sure that even though they started the championship badly, the Silver Arrows We'll come back strong. Now it's time for some cool news. Did you know that Russell has talked about rivalry rumors before? Russell has raced for Mercedes this year for his first full Formula One season. Before this, he spent several years with the Brackley-based team as a junior driver. The British driver's first season as a main Mercedes driver comes as the sport starts a new time with new technical rules. Making the car better will be a key thing in F1's ranking order through the 2022 season. Russell believes a rivalry within the team could mess up progress. The 24-year-old, on the other hand, is confident he will be able to avoid a fight with his seven-time world champion teammate. "We hear rumors about how much the other teams are making their cars better," said Russell. "You have to remember that. F1 made these rules thinking the cars would be 4 seconds slower, but we are already hearing from every team that they are much, much faster than that. Lewis and I have to work together. We can't focus too much on beating each other because things are always changing. That's why we have to step back." Russell hopes Mercedes will stay the fastest team and car on the track, but there are no promises. They shouldn't think it's easy and should work together to make sure they are, Russell said. Russell drove the Mercedes W13 car for the first time during a windy test day at Silverstone. The former Williams driver says he loved his first time with the new car, even though it was hard because of the weather. "I got goosebumps this morning when the car first started," said Russell. "I've done so many practice laps on the computer, so many drawings, so many meetings about it, but nothing beats going to a real racetrack. It almost takes me back to when I was a kid. It's a cold, wet, and windy day at Silverstone, but the Mercedes F1 team is here." Russell has also said what he thinks about rivalry in teams versus teams. Lewis Hamilton has always been racing against his teammate over the years rather than a driver from another team. It all started with Fernando Alonso at McLaren, then the famous rivalry between Nico Rosberg at Mercedes. Of course, Hamilton beat both rivals. Even though he has an amazing record against teammates, the seven-time world champion doesn't like when teammates fight each other. Hamilton believes that rivalry between teams, like the current rivalry between Mercedes and Red Bull Racing, is much better than teammates fighting. So you have an exciting battle going on, and yes, working against a guy across from you is very different from working with that person and fighting the other team, he explained. He says that you have to compete against each other as a team and that being loyal within the teams must be strong. That makes for better races and makes the championship more exciting. But does this work when there's so much tension in the team? Can Mercedes stay loyal to your team, or is there much more going on behind the scenes? Does the bad feeling also directly affect how well each racer does? We hope you like this video. If you haven't followed our channel yet, please do. We would also like to have your comments on what you think. Is something bad happening in the Mercedes team? Or are these just rumors? We hope to see you again with another interesting topic and other cool facts. Thanks for watching.